been a 6-pounder a little while back when it was full. But today we've got a grasshopper. Oh!
Hey, welcome to Bass and Bonsai.
Hello everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. Today we are working on a couple junipers. Now these are the bigger ones. You can probably make out there's that first row there, that's the smaller. I bought a whole bunch of those. These are the next size up, and these guys are getting kind of growing out of hand, so I'm going to try to get them in a couple different pots. I do have 2 or 3 of each style of pot. I don't know if I'm going to go true bonsai pot or into one of the terracotta pots. Got me a little makeshift work area out here, a few simple tools. Doesn't take a lot of tools just to do initial styling on a bush to turn it into a tree, and yes, it's a tree. But we're going to jump in here right now. I'm going to try to get both of them overall styled up, and if I just don't feel they are ready to go into a pot, I may leave them right in the little planter thing they're in. I'm going to try to get both of them overall initial styled and into a pot. So buckle up and hang on, here we go. All right, here we go, kids. I'm going to try to go a little more in depth in this one, but what I try to do, this can be kind of menacing, you know, and very overwhelming for some people. It's like, where do I start? I have this bush, where do I start? What I look for is a spot that lets me into the tree. You can kind of go from underneath, but a lot of times, and it's not necessarily always the front, but there'll be a spot like on this tree right here that just kind of opens up and lends itself to let you, you know, move a few branches or whatever out of the way, and it gives you a look inside the tree. And I try to start there, and I start picking off some of this small inner growth. We've also already have a cool kind of where it's died off and starting to grow back. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, that we'll try to leave maybe into this styling. We don't know yet, we're just now getting in here, but you always want to look for that when you first start on one of these bushes trying to turn into a tree. There's usually a spot like this one works perfectly that lets you kind of get in here. As you can see, there's a little piece was growing here, but that's too low. There's some down here low. We're going to kill that stuff off. I'll gin it, leave it as dead wood. This branch right here is like the only one over right in this area. I may just droop it down a little bit, but I'm going to get in here and clean it all out, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I am going to do just that. I killed off this one already. I'm going to kill off this lower one. This one, until I figure out exactly what I want to do, because I may leave it, I am going to cut it back just a hair. I'm going to cut this part off. I may leave that because it's got a cool look going to it. It's got all this old gunk on it. And I may just crimp that, leave these two alive to where this will grow till I know what I want in the future for it. But this bottom one, I'm killing it off just by taking off all of this foliage, tearing it, kind of making it look more natural without any straight cuts right off the bat. That way you don't really have to go back and take those straight cuts and change them if I don't want to right off the bat. I'll try to leave as much of that gin deadwood as I can, and I can always trim it back. You can't put the wood back on. Well, Gorilla Glue works pretty good nowadays, but not really that good. And this is very first step. I still have a long way to go. I'm just getting this. I know I don't. They're growing way too low. Once I get past that, my next branch is this huge one over here that I'll need to figure out what I want to do with him. And I'll probably leave some of that, but thin it down and work my way over here. Then over here, I'll use this as a branch. Somewhere right in here, I'm going to probably pull this stuff up and turn this one where it makes this twist. And I'll probably start bringing it back up, maybe with this one, into the apex. And I may just twist it right back around and we'll have an apex. So So far, that's what we're doing. I'll come back when I get all that done. Whew. I'm still moving along, but this is a pretty awesome tree, but it has a lot of growth. If you can make it out inside here, all this crazy trunk comes up, twists back and down and over that way, but this one comes up, twisting this way. Still cleaning out all this juvenile growth down inside. That's what you find with these junipers that are older but haven't been any kind of pre-bonsai work done to them. It takes a little more initial work, but you can end up with some cool looking trees. So still going at it. I decided this long one here, I'm going to kill it off, but then I'm going to wire up while it's still pliable and, I don't know, move it some which way and then let it die off in that position. So I've just got to kill off all of this stuff, put some wire on it, shape it up. We're still working on what we're going to do. We may pick another limb and kill some more off, but I'm just kind of doing the work as I see it needs to be done on this tree. So I'll come back when I'm done with that. All right, I'm gonna kill off this one too. When I kill off all the ones I know I want gone, then I'll worry about if I need to move any of them. I'm gonna see about maybe just getting this thing styled up without even using any wire. It already has so much natural movement, except for some of these straight ones I'm just gonna kill off, which should add to the, give the tree a more dynamic look. A lot of people don't like dead wood. They just completely cut off the branches they don't want, but I like to leave it, and every once in a while I take it off. Most of the time I end up just leaving it, and sometimes it just falls off on its own. And happy dogs. That. You can see it's kind of opened up this side of the tree, and we could just leave them all down like that, kind of give it a almost a broom crazy style. Still not sure what to do here with this thing. I like the fact that's already a branch, probably it broke off and it's already growing back over, but it's really in a weird spot. I may end up doing away with that too. I haven't decided yet. No idea yet. Still don't have a front for the tree. Just getting in here and still working on it. There's way too many branches. Some of these little finer ones I probably will take out to kind of give us different layers of the tree. You can see the trunk. The main trunk, it comes all the way back to over here. There's like two, and it splits out right here. So there's almost two trunks, and it looks like it's wanting to split right there already. So I may just leave it. I was thinking this was going to be my apex, but it's actually very weak. Feels like something maybe already messed it up, and I don't think it'll lend itself as well as what I have planned. So I'm going to kill this part off, so all the way to here to go with that one, and then this here will be the apex, this guy right here. So I hope it works. So I can show you some of this. I'm just kind of, I've learned if you try to do a lot of it without cutting straight cuts, it gives you less stuff to, you know, try to make look natural. If it just tears off, a little harder on your hands. And we're going to go all the way to here now. peel that off. We can go a little bit into the tree. I won't go too crazy. That's probably good. And peel all this off. And about like so. You can see that's changed overall look at the tree from this angle. We want to leave this, and we may just leave it natural to where the apex is, it just kind of is going to come around and droop over this way with this lower branch staying there. Now I just need to clean it out a little more. All right, I'm pretty much done. I might do a little more opening up here. I think the eventual plans, I could go two ways. You could start trying to push this up, and eventually twist this part of the tree up to become the apex, but I think right here is I will eventually work this guy to be the apex, and this will just be like a lower branch. So I'll show you real quick. This could also, it needs a little more work, this taken out, but this could be a front too. Maybe bring this up here, twist it like this. But it's not really that great of a front. We're gonna kind of use that as the back, and then somewhere right in here, maybe move this a little bit, will be the front of this tree so far. I'm gonna get on that other tree, and then I might put this in a pot, or I might just leave them set for another season before I even put them in a pot.
Oh,
all right. That is a very nice grass. Let's call it. That's the biggest one I've caught this year.